viewer discretion is advised, because there's going to be a lot of death, a lot of torture, and a lot of other things that are not very good for children. So if you're a child, please click off. If you're not a child and you've read the Percy Jackson universe, I'm sorry, this is going to be a messed up story. Yeah! So this story is based on what if Kratos was in the Percy Jackson universe. PJL. Percy Jackson and Olympus universe. So, this is Percy. Lean built like a truck though. He has tattoos. He is 18 going on 19. He's gotten multiple flyers from random people at his door. Yes, he lives alone because his mother died to a monster. That is important. Sally Jackson is dead. So yeah. He's been getting flyers at his door. He's been a handyman for anything that has to do with fluids. For some reason, he just likes working with liquids. Any kind of liquid, he likes working with it. Especially water, so he does plumbing most of the time. Well, he's been seeing these flyers and goes, screw it, might as well. We go to Camp Half-Blood. Grover and Annabeth, who are two very important people in the storyline, drive up in a car. Annabeth is 18. She's been at camp multiple years. She's learned to fight. This camp's a little bit more militaristic than canon. So if you guys don't like that, sorry. But it's more of a boot camp instead of military camp, though. So every day, work out for a little bit, and then go on and do your own things, kind of. Oh, excuse me. I just had a fizzy drink. So if you hear me burp, sorry. Boot camp. Not too bad. If people want to learn swords and other weapons, teachers will teach them. So we go to Annabeth and Grover. Annabeth just helped Grover get a little child back to camp. Grover calls her up, and yes, electronics do radiate the smell of a demigod stronger, but it doesn't really matter for that. Here's why. There's 3 ghosts in this universe. If anybody knows of God of War, he's the ghost of Sparta. That's important. But then there's the ghost of Athens, an assassin-like character blessed by Athena to be the ghost of Athens. She's the first daughter of Athena to become a ghost. And then the ghost of the wild. It's either a forest, water, wind, satyr. It's a nymph and a wild creature that has to be a ghost of the wild. Those 2 are important. Let's step back in time to when Percy is 8. When his demigod scent is starting to leak. Sally just got attacked by a creature. It looked like a damn dog. But it was the size of a semi-truck. So Percy's freaking out. He crawled into a cave where he saw illustrations, designs, everything of this warrior with 2 blades fighting against monsters 30 times his size, maybe even 100 times his size, and he's just glaring at them. So he keeps walking down, completely confused on what this place is, and Kratos is standing behind his blades, just looking at this boy walking towards his blades. The boy trips over the blades. They're rusted, pitted, they look like they're part of the ground now. He trips over them, and Kratos goes, "Boy!" He starts talking to him like Atreus. Percy is freaking out, and yes, he had Atreus. Atreus is Loki, and Odin adopted Loki as his son, brother thing. That's besides the point currently. We're not getting into Norse mythology, but yes, Atreus does have a connection to Greek, and that's why they can survive in the same universe without them going to war all the time. So, Kratos, not old man Kratos, brand new Kratos, that's what his visage looks like, goes, "Touch the blades." He hears it in like a echoey voice, like a distant echoey voice. So he grabs the blade, so he starts talking to Percy, like a man trying to calm down a child. Percy's a child and he's freaking out because something new happened. So, after 15 to 20 minutes, Kratos says the beast is left. You touching the blades stop the beast from smelling you, and the beast is left. So Percy picks up the blades and tries and starts to leave. Kratos stops him and says, if you leave this cave with those blades, you take up the mantle of Ghost of Sparta. You take up the mantle of a crazed battle maniac who does not know anything but to fight and to win. Percy starts thinking and he goes, you pick up those blades, I follow you. I teach you, I help you survive, but when I'm done teaching you, you're the next ghost that will stick with these blades until the next person to pick them up. Those blades are a blessing and a curse. He explains everything. Percy, who's starting to have to grow up really fast, goes, I'll take on this burden, not knowing exactly what this burden entails, but he leaves the cave. The blades start growing into the thick chaos blades that you see in the God of War, but they're still rusted and pitted because they haven't had blood spilled on them. Kratos tries to teach him his style and sees that he's not meant to wield tiny blades or small blades like Kratos was. What he is meant to wield is something huge and heavy and to do just decisive strikes. So Kratos goes, okay, let's go here, points at an old-fashioned blacksmith. It is a Cyclops. It is one of Percy's father's subordinates. He goes, tell him to make this into an armor and a weapon. Each of them. So each blade gets turned into something different. And that difference is what makes him a better Ghost of Sparta than Kratos was. Where was I? Oh, right. He's going to be the strongest ghost of Sparta. He's going to be stronger than an old man or new or any of the ghosts previously. So he met the Cyclops. Cyclops didn't know what he was working with because the blade is all pitted and rusted. He can feel divine aura around it, but he doesn't know what it is. So he starts making the blade into multiple things. He tells the kid, because he's doing it for free, pro bono. He can tell the kid's a demigod, just by being near him. But he can't tell the father, mother, or any of that. So, he's doing a pro bono for a in with the god. Well, he's doing something he shouldn't. A singular drop of blood on the hot metal. So he cuts his finger, drop of blood in the metal, and he continues hammering it out. He just hammers the metal. Magic starts to basically ripple out from it, forming it into a shape. And it keeps going, and going, adding more material randomly, but going until it's this shape. This design, all the rust has been beaten off of it. He sees, the crafter sees what it's turning out to look like. And he has a bad feeling about this. Really, really bad feeling about this. Percy's feeling his connection to the blades grows stronger. And yes, each iteration of the next ghost will have to basically remake the blades. That's what Kratos is doing, forcing him to have new blades created. Well, the ghost, the blade, the axe, they're all connected. So, the axe is done. He takes the rest of the material, which is a good portion of the blade that was left. He feels something wrong, but he promised to do a job. He didn't break his promise. He made note on the sticks. Yeah. He made note on the sticks that if he ever promised to do a job, he will finish the job. Well, coming to bite him in the butt. He finishes the armor. He had a little bit of extra material left, so he made a mask. So I started working on the other weapon. Cut off a chunk and started forging. He goes, boy, same process. And he made another weapon. And he's feeling really, really on edge now. But yeah. He can feel the pure power radiating off these weapons. And the pure and utter hunger one of them is radiating. And the just destructive force, this new one, yes, it is a hammer, is radiating. One is hungry, one is a basically destructive child. So, he finishes making this. Then he starts working on the armor. He gives the final touches on the axe armor, the hammer armor, and the mask. I'll be leaving it here for temporary. He finishes the mask. He goes, boy, put on the armor and the mask. He does so. It all shrinks to his size. He gives him that. He hasn't touched the handle of the axe. He gives him the axe. And he just starts seeing flames engulf his arm and his hand, just searing a chain-like motif down his arm all the way to his shoulder. And the Cyclops goes immediately pale. The armor starts to fade into a insignia of a boar on the back of Percy's right hand. And he is screaming in pain from this. And the forging isn't done until the magic is established fully. Well, magic hasn't been established fully. So he goes, Kit, Whatever you do, I swear upon the sticks, I will not tell anyone about this. Kratos goes, kill him anyway. Percy, who's been getting basically life lessons from Kratos, glares at Kratos, going, no. Grabs the hammer, and the armor starts melting. And the Cyclops is going, what the hell's going on? And it forms back to how the Cyclops did. But the hands and feet stay glowing like it's hot. Like it's just come out of a forge for like 10 hours straight. Hot. And yes, I know that is too hot. That would have melted the iron, but it's special. It's magic. Don't judge me. And it starts searing the same pattern on his arms. And instead of having a boar, he has a bear on his left hand. He goes, the Cyclops goes, I will not tell anyone. I swear upon the sticks. You were never here. I was never here. I'm moving to Greece. So, later that day, Cyclops gets a plane and goes to Greece. He wasn't dead. He just disappears off the face of the map. Everybody thinks he's dead from his friend group. He goes online going, yeah, no, I'm not dead. I moved back to Greece because I just felt homesick. Like, okay. It's weird for you not to tell us, but you do you. Bye, Leo. So, he disappears. His friends and his comrades, Cyclops, forging buddies, everybody, he just left. They're questioning why, but he goes, I can't tell you. Besides, I was homesick. They're all a little homesick, but he says, oh no, I don't need to go back to Greece. Seeing a demigod every once in a while fulfills homesickness. He starts living on the streets, Percy. Lives on the streets, learns to fight from Kratos, because Kratos has used an axe, a hammer, has had full body armor before, and has had basically cloth body armor before. Check the games, he's worn armor before. So, 16 years old. He has an underground empire. So he has enough money as he wants. He has an underground bodyguarding empire. Whoever wants to join can join, but they go through his boot camp. He's being paid millions of dollars to protect people, so he is set. He has a penthouse, high up in a building. He can do whatever he wants in mortal world. Kratos goes, your training is done. When you hit 18, your demigod scent will be too much for your weapons. So I suggest you get a vehicle and you start training on being a demigod, because this stuff is going to happen. You're going to need it. So he gets a vehicle, he gets a car, starts doing a car, has experience, and on his 18th birthday, he buys himself a bike, starts learning. I don't know if it's the same for every state or country, but if I remember correctly, in California, you must have a normal driver's license before you can get a motorcycle's license, which is an M license, which means motorcycle, yeah. But he gets his motorcycle's license because he's always wanted a motorcycle. Since he started getting money, he just wanted a motorcycle. So he gets a custom motorcycle and wraps it in celestial bronze and imperial gold. And whatever the name of the silver that friggin' Artemis uses. So he has a bronze, gold, and silver bike that he rides everywhere. People try to start it. It takes magic to start it. It takes magic to use. Yes, it is a fairy tale magic mobile. I'm making it canon in this one. Magic is real, not just the myths. The gods use magic, not divinity. Magic, they're mana constructs, so that's why they can come back to us. Yeah. So this Annabeth and Grover come back to camp with some little children who are being attacked by monsters. They continue constantly having more frequent attacks the older the people are. She has a specific item on her right hand. It allows her to control and manipulate blood as long as she's touching it. At any point in time, as long as she's touching something that has blood in it, the blood from that thing can be controlled and manipulated. And she has 2 kunai, like daggers. They were adjusted to fit her fighting style. One controls the wind, one lights on fire because the boy is molten hot all the time. She has 2 dagger sheaths on her back that keep them safe and don't allow them to touch anything. Otherwise they would shred everything. She has a beat up full Honda that is basically poisonous to monsters if they touch it. Thanks to runes, sigils, enchantments, whatever. And they hear the roar of a motorcycle. And they look back and they see somebody come right through the barrier. Not get flipped around and go the other way. He comes right through the barrier. Fucking shades, no helmet, hair blowing in the wind, and golden chains all over. Yes, imperial gold. Not normal gold. Imperial gold. He's just blinged out. Bike. She looks great. Looks like a Mad Max construction made out of gold, silver, and bronze. And they're like, who the hell is he? He came because the Fury that was originally supposed to attack him to see if he had the helm saw that she would lose really quickly if she tried to attack him. So she came up to him very kindly and politely because she is shaking in fear from him and asked, do you happen to know where the Helm of Darkness is? He looks at her and goes, and who are you to ask me a question I don't know the context to? So she starts explaining. All the mortals around them get affected by the mist and not hear any of this. They think it's an old grandma seeing a young man and complimenting him on how cool he looks or his tattoos. Because yes, he has more tattoos besides the seared flesh tattoos all the way down to his hands and the sin marks. Sin marks are important. She explains the situation of Hades' helm, the Helm of Darkness, being stolen. And they need to find it, or the underworld will go into chaos, and souls that are supposed to be in Elysium can't be in Elysium because they're filled with torment. And he goes, and why does this affect me? And she looked directly into his eyes and goes, your mother is in the fields of Elysium. There is a chance, I'm not saying it's 100%, but there is a chance that she gets put in the fields of judgment trying to corral spirits. He clenches his fist because he only has good memories of his mother. Kratos basically at this point has fucked off to who knows where. Currently in Tartarus. No. That's important for later. Kratos is currently in Tartarus. But, yeah. So, He goes, what do you need me to do? Go to camp. No. You need to go to camp and accept a quest. I will not touch that camp. That is a backwards camp. She goes, lately we have been updating everything. Oh, you've been updating everything? I've seen what Kratos went through at that camp. Kratos was treated like an outsider. That camp is so backwards that I'd rather dip my head in the rivers of Tartarus than go to that camp. She goes, you need to go to that camp to get a quest. We don't know where the helm is. Oh, I know exactly where the helm is. It's in the hands of either a god or a titan. Because mortals can't hold that power without going crazy. She freezes, knowing that's true. So, if you want me to go to that camp, I have a condition. I get 1 hour. 1 hour with my mother. To fill her in on everything, show her how I've been doing, and that she has nothing to worry about. 1 hour to talk to her after this stupid quest is done. She goes, I'll have to talk to him. Here's the phone. Talk to him. He pulls out a demigod phone, which allows people to talk to different people from the demigod universe, or the supernatural universe, without getting interrupted by signals and anything. So she calls up Hades. He picks up the phone. Yes. She explains the situation, and he goes, yes. He can have that out. She can't leave the Fields of Elysium. He can't come back to the Fields of Elysium, but he can have that out. He can't have it ever again, though. And he, on the other side, goes, will do. I accept that. So he walks up. He was walking out of his building to go to the grocery store. He walks over to his bike, kickstarts it, revs it, holds hand back out, be like, give me my phone back. So she tosses his phone, catches it, stuffs it into a pocket. One in his jeans pocket. Yes, he has black jeans, a biker jacket, on top of a black tank top. Or some people call it white beaters. I'm not going to be calling it that. It's a tank top. Yeah. A black tank top. He puts on sunglasses and starts driving off. We go back to the camp. He looks at them. What the fuck are you looking at? Parks his thing, takes the key out, puts it in his pocket, walks to the big house. Or the basically sign-in place. He walks in, kicking the door open, sees Dionysus, nods his head, looks at Kyron. I'm here to sign up for basically the summer camp. This is more of a boot camp. I don't care. I'm going to be here for a month, and then I'm heading back out into the road. I don't care. He goes, well, I don't care. Where do I sign up? Where you can write me down as actually here, so I can get onto the road and do what I was asked to do. Because I need to check into the supernatural and not just show up to where the asshole starts zapping you with his little lightning bolts. Dionysus is holding back, mad cackling, because of how just nonchalant he's doing this. Some people watch the camp whenever new campers are going to be coming in to see if they see their children. Zeus does it so he can watch the barrier and see his child, well, soul. Yes, I'm giving him the ability to see the souls of his children. And that's it. He hears this and gets enraged. They hear a crack of thunder. Oh, try to just smite me! A thunderbolt starts coming down. He clenches his left fist around something. Boom! Unclenches. Armor disappears before anybody notices. You want to try that again? Zeus is just bewildered how a mortal withstood one of his enraged bolts. Ones that he used to smite things out of existence. Come on! Come on! I'm waiting! Dionysus starts cackling madly because he saw exactly what happened. Because he was at the right angle. Most gods look down to see what's going on, so they didn't really see, they just saw a lightning bolt and nothing. Yeah. Most people are very ignorant when they see stuff that they should have. So, Chiron brings out the sign-up sheet, and he signs him in. He signs, Perseus Jackson. Do you know your parent? No, but I'm now the ghost of Sparta. And he slides it back, not caring who his parent is, goes over to the Hermes cabin, knowing that Hermes accepts all, knocks and goes, who do I have to ask for a sleeping bag? Because I'm sleeping outside. And the Stahl brothers immediately get the devilish grin. If you try to prank me, I feed you to Chaos Eater. Pulling out the giant axe from nowhere, leaving a deep gouge because it just formed into the wood. Leaving a deep gouge. Everybody sees and goes, the what? Luke goes, whoa, calm down, my friend. Let me take you to the store. I don't got any drachma yet. He goes, no worry. It's free when people first arrive. He looks at him skeptically. Luke takes him to the store, and Luke is like, okay, you're going to need a few shirts. I'm not wearing that orange traffic cone. I'd rather burn the world down than wear that. Luke sees a ring on his left-hand ring finger. That's important for later. It's very important for later. But he sees that and goes, well, to get stuff for free, you need a shirt. He goes, well, tossing up a coin purse that has drachma in it. I got money now. Where did you get that money? Oh, someone who doesn't have very sticky fingers. They lost it. The Stahl brothers are currently like, where's our money? We're about to buy stuff from our father. Luke sees the Stahl brothers at the basically order place for Hermes, patting down their pockets trying to find their coin purse. Luke looks at him and goes, you know what? You're not too bad. The thing with the blades of chaos, they can sense when other divine weapons either have or are nearby because they want to destroy them, because blades of chaos are very greedy. Chaos is one of the greediest and most benevolent things in existence. Because it could help one person one day and then immediately hurt them the next. Or it could never hurt them again. It is something you cannot predict or understand. So, Luke is like, sure, takes the coin purse and gives him everything he needs. And while they're hiding in the basically shop, Percy gets up next to him and goes, where are the bolt and helm? And he freezes. He goes, what are you talking about? He goes, my weapons here. Gets an axe and hammer in both hands. They're huge. Are able to detect when other divine objects are near them. That girl over there, not a woman, girl, points at Annabeth, has the blade of the serpent and hand of the vampire. Points at Grover, he has the flutes of Pan, the one item that makes him a ghost. Oh, don't worry, I know a lot for being new to the world. So, where are the bolts? Where is the helm? I'll only give you one chance to tell me, or I'll send you to meet the owner of the helm, personally. And he said if he gets any of the souls from the people who stole his helm, he will gladly torch them in the fields of punishment for all of existence. Personally. So Luke goes, I was told to give it to Ethan. May I ask who Ethan is? Ethan is one of the sons of Nemesis and current speaker for the King of Titans. The crooked one. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for your cooperation. And you threaten my world of pleasure and fun again? I will feed you to Chaos Eater, and the last thing you would want is to be eaten by Chaos Eater. Gives a cheery smile. Have a great rest of the day, Luke. And walks out. Luke is pale. Because he felt the pure and utter hunger Chaos Eater was producing. Yeah, I got a Christmas gift. A Universal Yums box. It gives me snacks from around the world. First box I got was from Italy. So I'm messing with that for what I'm going to have today for my snack. That's beside the point. He goes to the training arena and starts doing body weight exercises to keep his physique up. He's more speed than pure destructive power because the Maul of Chaos, Hammer of Chaos, or the Chaos, whatever you want to call it, has a double impact feature. It's not purely destructive. If you guys have ever seen Wreck-It Ralph, you know the hammer that the guy has. There's a 0.00001% chance to do what that hammer does. For the hammer of the Chaos Maul. So yes. It's funny. So he practices with it. They see the ground getting boom, 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 deeper and deeper and deeper. All of a sudden, boom, becomes pure black. Like it got 3 million times denser. So Chiron comes running up, wondering what the hell went up. Immediately stepped on the floor and jumped back in surprise. Not in fear, not in pain, surprise. So he goes, what the hell? So Percy goes, oh yeah, sorry about that. I do wide swings with this, and there's a very, very, very small chance that whenever I swing this weapon, it upgrades what I hit instead of destroys it. A thing of chaos. And yes, I can switch between upgrade and destruction, but each side has a plus and a minus for the heads. You just put it in tape. Each side has a different impact. For destruction, has a really small chance to upgrade. But for creation, has a really, really, really small chance to destroy. Chaos, unpredictable. What about your axe? I don't suggest you want me, I don't think you want me to practice with my axe. He goes, why? You don't have anything fast enough to deal with me with my axe. Because what are you talking about? Okay, here's an important thing. He's been fighting monsters since he was 8. So the axe has eaten a lot of monsters. And if you guys have ever played God of War 1, 2, or 3, you'll know that whenever he kills something, he gets red orbs. Those red orbs allow him to increase the damage the weapons do. Well, the axe is able to eat the essence of creatures instead of like Stygian iron, which captures the essence of creatures, so it takes a lot longer to revive. They just revive weaker. It has a portion, has a small period of time where after they revive, they're weaker. So that's how the red orbs will work in this universe. So we skip a few days. No Minotaur. Well, he's fought the Minotaur a few times. But no Minotaur. No death of Sally Jackson. No nothing. So he's not raring to go. The capture the flag happens. And he goes, I am not playing your damn war game. They go, we have a deal with Hades and a deal with Apollo that every fatal attack, their body, once they're supposed to have taken it, gets exchanged with a dummy. He looks at them, so if I get, let's say, a copy of my weapons, I could use them? Yes. Chiron goes, yes, you could use them. Upon almost taking a fatal hit, or starting to take a fatal hit, they are transported to the medical area where Lord Apollo, yo! I will rip your head off again! Because he has the memories of Kratos fighting Apollo before. Apollo freezes. You're the ghost of Sparta! Yeah! And I'll rip your head off. Now shut up and go back to the healing room. Chiron's like, that's not how that's supposed to go, but okay. I won't judge. Artemis is grabbing popcorn because she was never murdered by Kratos. She thinks this is freaking hilarious. So she's grabbing popcorn and eating it. She's constantly munching on popcorn, watching Apollo get bullied by a teenager. And there is a tan-skinned, black-haired, warm red eyes woman next to her. She's holding the age of roughly 22. She goes, yes! We've convinced him to fight. And Artemis looks at her and go, I didn't know you liked watching this. She goes, oh, no, I don't like watching children fight. I like watching him fight. Points at Percy. And she's pointing with her left hand. Artemis sees a glint off the left ring finger. Yes, he is married to a goddess. That is important for later. She goes, whoa, let me see that. She sees the design of it as a chain. She then zooms in and sees the design that represents her. And she goes, oh my god, you're married to a mortal. She goes, yeah. He says if he ever gets down to hell, he'll fight Styx, and so we can have children. Immediately, Artemis like, when, where, and how? A gym. He wanted to recruit me for his defense gig, but I couldn't because he noticed I was a god. Can't really interfere with mortal lives. So we continued fighting, and every once in a while we'd catch up about fighting. How much do you like fighting? I don't tell many people this, but I'm also the god of fistfights. So Percy gets the axe, gets a copy of his axe. He buys it from Hermes because he's been stealing drachma from Chiron and Dionysus. Dionysus knows that he's stealing the drachma, but he just doesn't care because he could just summon himself more drachma from his vaults, which are so big because of how much wine he sells. Yes, he's the owner of a wine distillery, and he distills God's wine. Yes, it is that impressive. So, we go right before it starts. He is with his ring to his mouth, and he's whispering to the ring. And in the chariot with Artemis, she can't hear what he's whispering. But the woman next to her has a nosebleed from how descriptive it is. And she goes, I really hope he gets to the underworld this quest. And Artemis is like, why? Because he said exactly what he wants to do to me. Artemis goes, and what is that? Whispers the entirety of what he said to Artemis. Artemis, most people don't know this, is a big pervert. Yes, she is a big pervert. She doesn't get the appeal of men, though. Yes, she prefers the fairer sex. And that's why she has her hunters. But she hides it really damn well. And as punishment, Zeus forbid her from seeking love. Yes, Zeus is a really big jerk in this one. Hera was taking care of Hephaestus because she felt lonely, so she asexually reproduced with herself, and she made Hephaestus, and she was taking care of him. And Zeus found him to be ugly and unsightly and threw him off Olympus. Yes, most of the bad things that happened due to other people, it was because of Zeus. Hercules learned his father was Zeus, got trained by Zeus in his mind, and became a prick. So most of the hunters call him Herc the Jerk, and Zoe Nightshade wants to rip his balls off. But that's not the point right now. Artemis prefers the fair sex. She does appreciate men every once in a while, but she prefers the fair sex. Well, this goddess is now daydreaming. Artemis taps her on the shoulder, being like, it's about to start. Percy gets up. And she sees chains glow underneath his armor. Because he put on his Chaos Eater armor, not the Chaos Eater axe. That's on his back and will not move. The axe that he's using is just a normal steel axe. The chains keep him slow. So he starts running the same speed as everybody with light armor. And he swings. And he gets there and swings horizontally. Right when his axe touches a camper from the Hephaestus, Apollo, and a few others, they disappear. And they're like, what is going on? He appears above Clarice because he jumped and bringing the axe down. She tries to block it. Right when it touches the spear, she teleports out. Because Apollo and Hades are treating it like he's using his actual weapon. So they're completely confused because it's a normal axe. It wouldn't have broken her spear because it's reinforced with multiple different materials. At the end, he's great. He's happy he fought because it was fun cleaving through people. He hears the howl of a hellhound. Drops the axe in his hand, grabs the axe on his back, and immediately spins around and chucks it. They're like, what the hell is he doing? The axe head opens up like a mouth, completely engulfing the hellhound, and bites down. And all they hear is feast from Percy. Well, the hellhound's dust flows to the ground and gets absorbed into the earth to reform in hell. In the underworld. And they're like, the hell is that? He goes, it's my axe. It can hold up to 5 people before I have to say feast. Once I say feast, it consumes them, most of their essence and most of them. And if part of your essence is done, it goes down to the underworld and becomes a wandering soul. But if you're a monster, it consumes most of the essence and starts converting it into life force for yours truly. Everybody looks at him, what? Yeah. He's ageless. Not immortal, ageless. And yes, the stronger his soul and his body, thanks to the axe and all his training, the longer he can stand looking at a god's true body. And yes, he will be looking at Atlas's true body while cutting him down to his size. But that's not this one. That'd be... I gotta read this one because I gotta read them in order because my dad wants me to read books every month. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to be watching or listening to this. Dad, if you're listening, just ignore that last part. But he wants me to read a book every month. So, yeah. That's my rent. Anyway, let's go back to... him explaining. He explains that my axe is the more dangerous of my two weapons because I could tap you with my hammer and you'd feel a flick. But I tap you with my axe, you just lost that arm. They'll look like they've been through an epiphany of why he didn't use his axe, even though most people use their godly weapons or their weapons gifted by their parents. So they start understanding why he doesn't do half the things they normally do, and why he sleeps in the arena. Because they know he has nightmares and flashbacks to before camp. What they don't understand is why a fire next to him never goes out while he's sleeping. So she's friends with Artemis. She's a fire goddess. Those are your two hints of who she is. Then he feels the presence of someone behind him, so he pulls out the hammer, and right before he hits her, a pair of pipes appear to block the hammer from Grover. He goes, whoa, 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 whoa. Friendly. She's friendly. Grabs the hat, takes it off her head. Well, if she's friendly, then why does she have a dagger to my spine? Because you killed my last incarnation. Why is it always the ghost who wants to kill me? First off, that was not me. That was Kratos. I've killed plenty of ghosts before, though. Ghost of Crooked One, Ghost of Atlas, and keeps going down the Ghost of the Titans. Physical souls of the Titans. And they are very happy with me. I probably push back the resurrection another year or two. Who knows? But I'm going to go lay down, go to sleep. All of a sudden they hear, "Approach, hero." I am not a hero. And seek your prophecy. First off, I'm not a hero. Second off, I don't need a prophecy. Just tell me which direction to go for the prophecy to start. I'll go that direction. I'll probably end up somewhere near the entryway of the underworld, because that just seems to be where I'm going. Because everything points to that direction. And no, I don't care for all your riddles. Tell me which way to go. You shall go. Come on. Skips that part just to be a little shit. What, Leo? Just let you in. I'm not giving you anything. Food's inside. No. You're not allowed to be in here because all you do is open the damn cabinet. So, yes, the spirit of Delphi still remembers the ghost of Sparta and remembers how annoyed with her he is. So she likes being a little shit with him and starts to skip through the prophecy. while everybody else hears the full prophecy. So, your food, go upstairs if you don't want food. Hi, Leo. Come here. You want to go into the garage? Three, two. What do you want? You want to go upstairs? There you go. Stay upstairs. Don't bother me. Leo's being a weirdo. But that's besides the point. So we go. After the prophecy was said, the ghosts look at each other and he goes, well, to complete this prophecy perfectly, we're going to need all the ghosts possible. So, people who are going to follow me, because I know I'm the person the spirit of Delphi was talking to, because she skipped over a lot of the lines. Just to mess with me. For my audience, for my ears only. So I only know half the prophecy. Looks directly at Annabeth. And he goes, what is your name, Ghost of Athens? And looks at Grover. And what is your name, Ghost of Wilds? Because I'm not calling you Wilds or Athens the entire damn time. She goes, well, my name is Annabeth. It's always an A name. And Grover goes, my name is Grover. Like that? I'm not giving you any. I am not giving you any TREATs. Anyway. Come here, Moose. Nope. You don't want the chair. Well, they look at each other and they go, we both have cars. Grover goes, I have a car driven on magic. And Beth goes, I have a cheap car that probably will get us there. Percy goes, give me a minute. Flicks open in his phone. Yo, I'll pay you. Both of them. No. No. I will not tolerate that. Get them here now. That won't work. Get them here yesterday then. I don't care if you have to drive all night. I'm leaving in the morning. I have 2 friends here. We can call each other friends, right? Because we're not trying to kill each other. And Beth goes, meh. Grover goes, sure. I have 2 friends here who need rides. And I'm not taking their crappy beat-up Honda or their electric Subaru. I don't want to look like a badass driving a damn Prius that goes 2 miles an hour. They both work like his car. And Beth goes, well, I'm going to need to fill up every once in a while. I don't have very much. That's fine, I'll do it. I don't care. Get them here yesterday. Or I'll light a fire underneath your ass when I see you. Let me speak to them. Yes, hi. I have two friends. They hear from the other like, oh my god, he has friends! We're not trying to kill each other. Oh, acquaintances. That's different. Well, I consider whoever's not trying to kill me currently friends. So, we have two different definitions of friends. Yes, both of them. The custom ones. Yes. No. Do you care if yours is in pink? Because I was planning to give it to my friend's daughter. And who would your friend's daughter be? Medusa. I'm sorry, what? Yes, I'm friends with Medusa's father. No. Hold on. You don't care if it's pink, because it's going to be immediately gifted to Medusa if we see her. You could ride with Grover then. Which is fine. Yep. It's fine if it stays. See you in the morning. Click. He goes, well, our rides will be here in the morning. Because I know the overprotective trainer of heroes will not want us to leave at night. He goes, no, I will not. So we'll be leaving in the morning. Grover, you get Pan to ride. Yes, I am a custom bike maker on the side. Yes. Don't look at me like that. I am just giving it and putting it into a random forest. I was given a, oh God, it was sacrificial note? I don't know what it's called. But a note to sacrifice of an order for a bike. Pure mana. Well, wild mana.